Good afternoon, wonderful people. Today we are going to create our style guide document, and we're going to make sure we're formatting it the correct way so we can just add information to this as simple as possible. So let's go ahead and create a document as if you do not already have the link. In case you do have the link, you'll just build from there. But just as a recap, we need an 11 by 17 document. So I'm going to make this 16 inches wide, 11 inches high. We need a landscape layout. Now, the first page will be my title page. So I will go ahead and add another page. Same size. We'll come back to that. That second page should be the page where we put our alphabets from shapes, and we'll add that page a little later on. But let's just go ahead and lay this document out first so we remember so we know how it is created. Now, when we make the document, we are going to have 2 pages for our serif fonts and 1 page for our body fonts. So when we lay out the format of the serif font, all we will have to do is format it. Okay, now in this process, we want to cut on our margins and show the bleed. Now, this frame explains to where the information needs to go. The margin shows how much space we will have at the end. The bleed shows where the paper may be cut off. So we need to design within this space. Also, while we design, there are a couple of assistance that is happening on the back end to make sure we line this up correctly. So first, let's just put a text box, a title text. Now, most of this information we are going to change. However, in the beginning, we just want to lay this out so we get the formatting correct. My title will go here. I'm going to hold down, well, let's just duplicate this, Command letter D, or we can go here. Let's duplicate this. This will be my subheader. So the subheader will go here. Let's just type title. Subtitle. Do you see the pink lines? The pink lines allow us to make sure we lay this out correctly. Now, both of these texts are set to be justified to the center, and I want them to be left justified. Line that to the left. I don't know what happened to my other text. Tighten that up. I'll duplicate this again. The pink lines help make sure that our alignment is good. Now, this most likely will be larger. The next thing I need to do is I need to lay out 3 displays of typography. In order to do that, I need what we call filler text. I'm going to bring this in front. This document should be in Google Classroom. If not, you can also Google it. Just Google lorem ipsum filler text, and that will help. That will give us a filler text of information that we will use. Oh, I lost my filler text. Let's put this in the tab. There we go. I'm going to copy this. Go back to Adobe Express. Add my text. That's a lot of text. I'm going to zoom out. And I need to make this smaller. So, grab the anchor, grab it by a corner, and just make this smaller. Now, I need this in 3 formats. I need 3 columns of this information. So I'm going to align this one here. However, I need it to be left aligned. All right, align to the left. If you see the text is flush to the left, actually, I take that back. It needs to be right aligned. There we go. I'll explain why in a second. I'm going to duplicate this column. Slide it over. Now let's change this to justify in the middle. All right. Use the adjustment lines to make sure it's lined up correctly. I'm going to duplicate this again. Slide it to the right. Now you see I need to slide this over. Slide this to the right. Keep this to the middle. And now I need to justify this. To the left. I want this flush so it looks like that, right? Now, each column will be a different set of font. Again, what I'm doing first is just setting up my structure. Let's go back to the subtitle column. I'm going to duplicate this. Here. Duplicate. I want this lined up in the middle, and I want them lined up correctly. You see the pink line shows that they are lined up perfectly with each other. Right? I want that one lined up perfectly in the middle. I want this one to be lined up in the middle of this. Here. Line that up with title. There we go. Now, the next thing I need to do is give this space the actual wording that's going to be there. This is going to say body fonts. The first page will say serifs. Now, I need to select the fonts that are a part of my library. So in Adobe Express, I've already built out my library and have labeled my fonts as headers and body. So the first page, I need to create a layout for all the body font that I've chosen. My 6 body fonts: Acumen, Sans Serif, Avro, Articulate, Source Sans 3, Acumen Pro Regular, and Body. So now I just go here and I select the typography that's needed in for each one. This is Acumen, so I can go to my brands. Go to fonts and literally just switch it out. Body. Adjust it. This font is Acumen Pro Regular, so I need to change this to Acumen Pro Regular. And then type that out. Uh-oh. There we go. I did not have to type out anything here because I literally am just switching the font out. The next font should be Source Sans, just to make sure. Yeah, Source Sans. So I'll go there, go back to my brand, view wall, just go down the list, Source Sans. Adjust it. Source Sans 3. Let's make sure we get that correct. And so forth and so on. Once we get done with this process, page by page, I can then duplicate this page. I'll duplicate the page and then go through the process of adding the next 6. Right? And the end result of the design look like this. Acumen, oh, forgot to put Acumen Pro Regular. We want to make our document laid out so we can see the variations of layout of each specific font. After we do our body fonts, we'll have a serif page and a sans serif page. My sans serif fonts, my serif fonts. The third page will be our heading fonts. Heading fonts will categorize by name, sans serif, sans serif, our serifs, so forth and so on. All right, people, happy designing.